Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And so we've been a little busy. We got a new front bumper for the Ford, and we put that on. It looks pretty good. Check it out here. And we also got another vehicle. As you can tell behind me, it's a 2007 Honda Accord. Pretty much got that so we can help fund the shop and some of the stuff. I'm really hoping it's a quick fix and we can get this thing sold and help fund a few things. Also, the Camaro, got it pretty cleaned up, as you can tell here. We're going to see if we can go ahead and get this thing cleaned up. Got some stuff that's called Totally Awesome. I've seen a few people use it and it looks like it does a pretty good job. So we're going to soak this thing down in some of that Totally Awesome in the foam cannon. Let it sit, and then we're going to power wash it off. And then probably start digging into it. It needs a battery. And then I might check the fluids in it. Maybe pull some codes, kind of see what happened before anything really gets going on it. We'll see what happens. Got the car cleaned up pretty good. The paint, it's bad in a few spots. Got some tree sap. Definitely on that left side, there's a lot of tree sap. There's a spot here, but there's a lot more on the other side. But as far as that, I mean, shoot, polish this thing out a little bit. Be good to go. Clean up on them headlights a little bit. I'll get some acid and we'll clean those wheels up. But as far as the paint, there's a few spots, you know, here and there where it's just been sitting and neglected. It's very, very thin. I really don't even know if there's much clear coat left on here. But as I had to like scrub, I don't know if you can see, I don't have no idea what this is, but it was extremely hard to get off. Like I had to scrub. I'm not done yet, but we're gonna keep scrubbing on this thing. If anything, I mean, I could spend a little bit of time in wet sand and repaint the trunk and the front bumper, but in all retrospect, it's not too awfully bad. Let me see, I haven't even opened up the back yet. I can't really open it up. Kinda nasty. Not sure what you expect though from sitting. Which honestly, a steam cleaner and a little bit of elbow grease and she'll be good to go. Let's walk around to this side. I can open this door up. I have no idea why those are even down. Hey, at least the wheel lock's in there. That's always nice. I would have stuck not to have that. Got the books. Headliner's kind of coming down. Which honestly, as easy as this car is to work on, it wouldn't be much just to yank that out and throw a new one in real quick. Steam clean everything. I'm working on getting a steam cleaner because I want to steam clean stuff a little bit more often. Steam cleaning seems so much better. Especially like on the Suburban's engine bay. I plan on steam cleaning that very well here soon. I started power washing this car before I even got here. And I stopped by like a car wash. There was like a mound of just pine straw like right here, just a huge mound. And I sprayed up underneath the hood and got it all clean. But I got to figure out what takes tree sap off. I think Goo Gone works pretty good on tree sap. I mean, Goo Gone works pretty good if you use it right. but I'm worried about Goo Gone and this thin paint, because it might take the paint with it. I think steam cleaning, especially this fabric, if you get a steam cleaner and you wrap it in a microfiber towel and just take it real easy back and forth on it, it'll take this stuff right out. But I'm pretty excited. I kind of want, I don't know if I have a, I don't think that was supposed to come off yet. I'm ready to see what this car will do once it's got a hot battery on it. See if I can figure this thing out. There we go. I sprayed under the hood earlier, hoping it would dry off a lot on the way here. But it's not too shabby. I did notice that they had this off already for the coils. You know, when I went to go pick up the car, I heard it just died and it wasn't running right. And then I heard a few other things about what might have really happened to it, like it went into a lake. So this could be a really good investment, or it could be a really bad investment. But I mean, it's got VTEC. It seems like it could be a pretty solid car for somebody, to be quite honest. Very fuel efficient. And you know, it's 4-door. So I mean, who knows? But I really don't know what. See, yeah, even the bolts, I found the nuts that came off. They were sitting up there up underneath all that pine straw. I might degrease this engine a little bit and work on it. It's a little dirty still. Why these tubes are off, I have no idea. I have no idea where they go. We're gonna have to look into schematic or something and see if we can figure out where those go, what size they are. Because some things were taken apart on here for some reason, and I don't know why. You know, there's a reason behind stuff just being taken off. I don't know if they pulled some stuff to see if they had water in the engine from driving into a lake or what, but we will figure it out. There's not a project I haven't figured out over these years, but I mean, I'll either figure out, hey, I can fix it, or hey, I just lost some money and I'm not going to make any. So I'm not sure where we're going to go from here. I might wait till tomorrow to work on this thing, or I might just figure out these battery terminals and throw a hot battery on here, and let's kind of see what happens. See if it'll at least turn over. Went ahead and got the battery off the Ford and put on here. I checked the oil, the engine oil, and it was pretty low. It was on the stick, but it was low. I'm gonna throw a little bit, another quart in here, and should be good to go, just for some added protection. Should be enough to get it started and have a little pressure. I'll check the coolant shortly. Hang on. If it does happen to somehow start by some crazy miracle, we'll see. But we can at least see if the engine turns over if we got power. So let's check that out. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got power. Check that out. See what happens. Oh, battery cable smoking. Engine sounds locked up. Why can I not win with this, man? It's only got 138,000 miles on it too. But I tell you what, we can get to these plugs real easy. Check engine light flashing. I tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and try and pull these plugs and these coils off and see if we can at least get it to spin over like that. If not, I might just get some Marlboro Mystery Oil or some, do some more trans acetone mix and pour straight into the pistons this time. Man, but hey, at least we got power. So if it did go into a lake, this electronics ain't absolutely destroyed. So that's a freaking plus. And I doubt there's gonna be any codes right now, seeing as it's been you know, without a battery, especially for so long. It's probably everything's cleared. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the coil packs, we're gonna pull the plugs, and then we're gonna see if the engine will rotate without any of them in. All right, just noticed one of the bolts are missing from this coil. These do not seem they have been messed with. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. I might even drop the borescope in here and look straight at the top of the piston. There might be some water sitting in it, but at least I can get a nice, straight, clean shot on that borescope and see what's going on. So let's get it. I need to get a new toolkit and not tell anybody about it. This one's loose too. Take it out. All right, so we got 3 of the 4 spark plugs out. I'll spray a little bit of WD-40 down in here because I really don't want to strip the threads. It moved a little bit. Should be enough for that. This one was extremely, it was hard. Like it was tough. This one broke loose maybe an 1/8 turn. These 2 came out pretty easy. But I'm gonna spray that one and let it sit. I'll probably even overnight and just let it seep down through the threads. So I really don't want to break that thing. So we're gonna fire up the borescope real quick and see what these pistons look like. Lots and lots and lots of carbon buildup. I can still see the factory homes, which is good, but man, there is a lot of carbon buildup in here. But piston looks good, cylinder walls look good. Nothing wrong with that one. Check the next one. The piston looks good on this one. Lots of carbon buildup. Good goodness. Still see hone marks. I don't see any damage, just carbon. I'm hoping that it's carbon and the piston, yeah, it's just flaked off carbon. It's probably from the car ride over here. Yeah, see a little bit of scarring on this one. Nothing crazy though. More chunks of carbon. Yeah, I think the carbon actually broke loose from the car ride over here. This cylinder wall looks pretty good. It's almost like the last one I just looked at. The scarring is a little bit higher. There's a little bit of a scarring. Nothing insane. I think we might be good. I'm gonna try and turn this thing over again with these out. And maybe I can get the motor to turn over. All right. I gotta figure out how to scoot this chair back. Is it electric? Is it manual? Oh, there we go. Okay. I hear a fuel pump. No gas in this thing, which is good. Okay. Engine's still locked up. You know, if I would have known, I would have grabbed some Marlboro Mistral on the way. On the way home. Because guys, I don't know if you know this, but I kind of live out in the middle of nowhere. You know, it takes 20 minutes just to go to the nearest anything. 30 minutes to go to the gym, maybe something to eat. 20 minutes to go to town, the closest town. 45 minutes to an hour if you want to go do something extravagant. Ugh, that does not sound good. All right, they're tight in there. Loosen a little bit there. I think that's exactly in between tight and loose is where I'm going to leave it. So I'll have the most room for solvent to get in there. I'll spray this thing one more time. Because I mean, no point in rushing. I can't pour anything down the piston wall anyways. But I can fill this thing up. And we can let her sit overnight. I guess I'll try again tomorrow on that one. All right, guys, that's all we can really do tonight. It's getting dark too. I really don't have any solvent to pour in there. As you can tell, we've got the metal for the trailer, the metal for the building all here. The way prices are nowadays, the most I can afford right now is the frame of the shop. And I really don't want to get into how much that's costing. But we'll be able to work with what we got, you know, once the frame's up. We can go and we can make it work. You know, it's going to be better than that tent. But the concrete is completely cleared off right now, except for the metal that they're building. They're building the custom arches to go to the arch of the house, and then the back end's going to just have a small descent. Because if I started at the front of the house to the back, the descent would be extremely low down there. So everything's pretty much done. We got the tent moved. Everything's in there now. It's just kind of organized inside there, out of the weather, you know. So can't work up here. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. But we're going to go get some stuff tomorrow, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, it's the next day. I came out here last night off camera. Me and my buddy, we went ahead and tried to mess with that spark plug. And what's crazy is before we pulled it, I was just bumping the key showing them, you know, it's locked up. Well, it decided to start turning over. I just held on to it and it stopped. So we went ahead and got that other spark plug out. But I think there's a little bit more to this story than what I was told. Now, I don't think this car is going to be worth fixing, and I'm out money. You know, this spark plug here is what I pulled out, the one I had trouble with. Not only is it broken, it's bent. So something let loose in there, and it wasn't very happy about it. So as far as this engine goes, I stuck the bore scope down in it, and it took a beating. The top of the piston did. You know, that chunk of that spark plug stayed in there for a little bit and decided to dance around on top of the piston. But either the timing chain broke, or this thing actually did get into some water and suck in some water, because as you can see here, and even top of the throttle body, the hoses are missing for some reason. You could tell somebody tried to get in here and see what was going on themselves. I mean, spark plugs just don't get bent and beat up and break off for no reason, unless it, I mean, hydrolocked or the timing chain broke or something. But we've got a couple options here. Literally 2 options. Either take the valve cover off. We can see what's going on inside there and see if the timing chain broke, see if the valve broke, and that's what's beating up the piston, and just decided to smack the spark plug maybe and break it off. Or we can pull the engine, transmission, LS swap this thing, and make it a solid convertible. I know that sounds crazy, but I think it'd be a fun project. Cut the top off this thing here, roll the windows down, it would be a complete convertible. And then we can actually build a support bar, a roll bar down over the top, cut this top off. I think it'd be pretty cool. Throw an LS1 in here, just throw a 4L60, find out which rear end we could use for the rear wheelbase, and build a triangulated 4-link for the rear with a panhard. And then I think it would be cool. But then again, money. So I don't know what we're going to do with this thing, but I did find a transmission for the Camaro. I found one last night finally, and I think I'm gonna go pick it up tomorrow. It's about an hour and a half away. Not too bad of a deal. It's not what I wanted to pay, you know, for this, but it's not too bad of a deal. The guy had rebuilt the transmission and got into a wreck and totaled his vehicle 225 miles after rebuilding the transmission. So I'm getting for a decent deal, but still more than what I wanted to spend, but I can't really pass it up for this. I already got it, it's on hold. We're gonna go pick it up tomorrow in the morning. Let me show you the shop, see how it's going. They're making some progress on it. Let's go check it out. So here it is, a 30 by 40. They built the peak there, and then it's got the rest of the runoff. Got the tent moved. Still got a long ways to go, but we'll have a 10 by 10 on this side of the beam, and then we'll have a 10 by 10 here and a walk-in door here. And I think we still have room for a lift, which will be very convenient. But yeah, it's turning out pretty good. As far as where we continue here, I will catch y'all tomorrow in the morning. What is going on, guys? It is the next day. So I didn't really record much, but I'm gonna go ahead and update you. Got the car unloaded off the trailer. Got the Camaro loaded up. Got the transmission this morning. It was 2 hours there, 2 hours back. And I'm sure you didn't want to just see me driving. But I did get the transmission. The transmission only has 252 miles on it, which is amazing. So the guy that previously had the transmission built, he had a 350 in the truck, and then he had just redone everything on the whole truck, and actually got T-boned in an intersection. Damn his luck, he was good. But we got a transmission out of it. I mean, for a pretty decent price. Like I said, you know, more than I wanted to pay, but try not to invest too much, but I still want to do it right. You know, if I keep it or sell it or whatever, at least somebody's getting a dependable car at the end of the day. Now, as far as the Honda Accord goes, I still have not pulled the valve cover off. I still need to pull it off. Check inside there and see if maybe the timing chain broke or the tensioner came loose and it jumped time. And that's the only way I can think that a valve actually broke and then smacked the spark plug, destroying it inside the top of the piston. But the piston you could tell it took a few smacks, but it doesn't look awful. We're gonna get back to it later, probably in the next episode or so. But that is it. We are going to take this thing to the shop tomorrow, and we're gonna start working on the transmission. But that's gonna be in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed this one. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. We'll see you next time.